Howdy.
What up, gang?
How's it going? Welcome back. Welcome back to Coming Up for Air, an introspective podcast. I'm your co-host, Jaxon.
I'm your co-host, Brendan. You know the gang.
I just realized I forgot my water. Today we're going to be talking about what are you really scared of and overcoming fears. We'll talk kind of about where fears stem from.
Hello? Anybody upstairs?
What are our fears? Where do we find them? Healthy ways to cope with them. Childhood fear, things like that. And then we'll also be doing some other shit. Talking about... Yeah, dude, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one today for me.
Oh,
but
man.
For our YouTube viewers, listeners, watchers, yep.
Peoples. It's going to be rough.
You can take a look around. We got our Halloween up a little bit.
We are now part of the spooky season.
But first off, let's go let's check in.
Bro, it's hailing where we live. And we live in... Can we say where we live state-wise? Yeah? Yeah, are you cool with that? So, in Arizona, obviously, we live in Arizona. Obviously, Arizona's not there's Flagstaff, you know what I mean? Like, you go up north and it, snows and shit like that. But, other than that, other than the north of Arizona, we do not see snow, at all. You know what I mean? Bro, probably a cool 20, 30 minutes ago, it was, hailing. Small pellets of just ice. I mean, I guess it's, salt and, water and whatever the sign is.
That's usually kind of what ice is.
Whatever. Regardless, little pellets of ice just flying everywhere, bro. Never seen that shit happen. Because there was one that happened earlier this year, but it was super, super small pellets. These were fat pellets that were dropping, bro.
Climate change is crazy.
Yeah, the world is ending.
Yeah.
We're fucked. Big time.
Big hypers. It's lit, fam.
I give humanity another 150 years.
That's pretty generous.
You're right. If that. What would you give them?
Depends on if we don't slow things down.
Okay, I was on both sides.
In the next 5 years, a lot of the effects that we've had on the earth are going to be
permanent?
Yeah, not changeable. We can't reverse them. So after that, I give 75, maybe 100.
Damn. So there's really no point in having kids.
I mean, we're guessing. We're not scientists.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to put my kids into that.
Yeah. What? Yeah, that's exactly what I've been saying.
Damn. That's kind of tough.
Yeah, what a downer way to start this episode.
Yeah, for real. But I mean, regardless. It was hailing. It was kind of spooky. It's kind of fucking nuts. Even my dog was like, hey, what's going on outside? Shout out to Pinky.
Pinky.
My little attention whore. Love that girl. But yeah, no, it was honestly just kind of it was just spooky, bro, because I'm not used to seeing shit like that. So I genuinely think the world is ending. It's kind of just my thought process on it. Faded thoughts. Love it. Hell yeah, brother. For you, dog?
Mine's also not going to be super happy. But I'm going to talk about something that's a little weird because we have a podcast. You know, we have a podcast that we let kind of people into our lives in some ways. And a lot of people say whenever you try to go into content creation or the entertainment industry, you are asking for people to be kind of involved in your life in a way, or have some sort of entitlement into your life. say, for example, someone like Dream, who just did his face reveal, and in his face reveal mentioned like people that were going out of their way to try and leak his stuff and like make sure, you know, all this shit, right? Yeah. Stuff that's like, that's very personal. So I wanted to kind of talk, and this is why it's kind of contradicting of what we do and stuff, but I wanted to talk about people feeling entitled in like to be like know about my life or be in my life.
Understandable. I feel like everyone has that.
Yeah, I feel like it's something that everybody deals with, but it's like there's some stuff that's been happening lately in my personal life that is kind of indicative of it, of like people being far more interested in my personal life or asking questions that they don't really need to know the answer to, or like prying and trying to get involved in my personal life when they have no reason or
it's not like
justification.
You owe them, it's not like you owe them any answers, or like it's just those people that are just looking or asking just to ask. Yeah,
and not in like a way that's like, oh, I'm just a curious, like we're homies, I'm curious. It's like
they're being nosy.
And also like you're somebody that I don't even really talk to. Like you have no right to know the things that you're asking about, or like to, you know, pry the way that you are. And I think that it's strange because society almost like shames people for wanting their privacy or for their information to be like their information, because of the fact that social media is such a standard thing. So it's like, if you're on social media, a lot of people will be like, well, you're asking for your life to be public. You're asking to not have that privacy.
Yeah, and then people don't realize that 9 times out of 10, social media is what that person wants you to perceive of their life.
Yeah, and not even just that, but like there's also a lot of situations where you know that I've had it done to me where like my personal information gets posted by somebody else.
And you're like, what the fuck, dog?
Yeah, because like I didn't agree that this could go online. Yeah. So at a point, like, it isn't necessarily our choice of being like, you're in a public eye. That means you are indicative of having your information like
spilled.
Yeah, you're not entitled to like your own privacy. Yeah. Which is fucking batshit.
I think it's more of like it is fucking crazy because of how normal it is for people to just kind of like, don't get me wrong, you obviously have those people that are like obviously very open. Like with me, I'll tell you 9 times out of 10, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what.
You know what I mean? But I'll tell you whatever you want to know. I'm the type of person, like, you ask me a certain question, I'm going to give you my dead ass, honest ass answer. Whether I think you're going to like it or not, which is why I always ask people, like, and you notice, whenever I ask you, I'm like, hey, Jackson, you want me to be honest with you? And then I smile because you already know I'm going to say some fucking out-of-pocket ass answer.
Yeah, Brendan gives fair warning that what he's about to say is out of pocket, at least.
Yeah, like I let you know, like, hey, I'm going to be honest and I'm going to tell you straight up what I think, but I'm going to say it in a way that, like, you're going to cock your head and be like, why did I even ask this question? Learn to not ask so many questions.
I don't know if that's what you should take away from that, but
absolutely, stop asking questions.
I wouldn't say that.
Stop asking. No, I'm just playing. No, I just think it's funny because like me and you are very different when it comes to like. Obviously, with your homies, you share stuff. You know what I mean, but like, I'm free willy nilly with anybody.
You're free the nips.
I am free the nips with anybody. You know what I mean? When it comes to my information, because I don't give a fuck.
And I keep my nips covered.
Yeah, because for me, it's like, who are the next nips to judge my nips? You know what I mean?
This is getting really weird.
No. Because like, if you're covering your nips because you want your nips to be private, right? You don't want to be judged by your nips. You know what I mean? You don't want people to know your nips is business, right? But who are the next pair of nips to fucking judge you and worry about your shit? Don't get me wrong. Yeah, you're right. It's none of their business and shit like that. But we're all just some nips, man.
We've all got nips, man.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say all of us.
Well, okay.
Some people, you know, very unfortunate. Hey, shout out to you guys. Love you guys.
There's so much to unpack in every sentence that you say.
I'm just a very voluptuous speaker.
Also not what you think it means. My boss bullied me about how slow I talk the other day.
Why? Because you enunciate all your words and like really like finish your sentences.
Sometimes I take a second to think about what I need to say. But like he bullied me in front of another coworker about it. I was just like,
like Mr. Clean.
Yeah, and I was just like, I'm done. And I walked out the room.
You need to let me know the next time Mr. Clean is working.
He doesn't change.
Oh, okay. Because I really just want to come in and like make a fool of him. Wouldn't that be amazing? You think I'd get you fired?
Possibly.
Probably.
Let's dive in. Let's hit the ground running.
Literally running, sprinting, full sprint.
Because we're talking about fear, so we're gonna run away. Exactly. I think that there is a lot to really kind of touch on here. So let's
the original question in which made us want to talk about fear was, what are you really afraid of?
Yeah.
And it could go in like any aspect. I mean, obviously you can kind of, what are you afraid of, like, you know, for your future? What are you afraid of in life? What are you afraid of, you know, from a day-to-day basis? What are you actually afraid of when it comes to like phobias? You know what I mean? But it's just more of like, we're going to try and just kind of attack it at, I guess, an angle in which I don't really know how I'm trying to say that. We're not gonna cover all grounds. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be stuff that we miss, but I mean, the shit that we do talk
like
about,
most topics that we have.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Obviously, it's a very broad topic, but we're just gonna try and dial in on some things that, you know, we feel passionate about, I guess.
Yeah. So let's kick it off. Kind of like, where do fears stem from, and how do they kind of begin to form? Which, you know, I think sometimes it does start at childhood, and other times there's an incident that happens, or it just randomly develops. But for you, Brendan, where would you say fears stem from?
I want to hear your story first. What made you not like Wawa?
Okay, we're gonna get into this.
I want to hear it so bad. What made you not like large bodies of ocean water?
Yeah, so I'm hydrophobic, which if you ask my roommate Casey, that means
Casey breeding,
Casey gaming. That means that I repel water. If you ask any other person that I tell that to, it'll mean that I am afraid of large bodies of water. Actually, if you ask any other motherfucker, they'll say that I am just scared of water.
He's like a cat, you know? You spray water at him, he wants to run.
But it's just large bodies of water. So things that I can't really see the bottom of: oceans, lakes, sometimes rivers, you know, stuff like that.
So we just got to get you a kiddie pool.
Pools are fine. I can see the bottom of a pool.
No, we're going to get you a kiddie pool.
Okay. Bathtubs are fine. You know, like the basic functions are fine.
Not being able to fucking shower.
Well, that's a funny story. So when I was younger, this is kind of a real quick off topic. When I was younger, I was not as intelligent as I am now. And so it got to the point where it was like, I'm shower worthy age, right? So here's the problem. I hadn't taken a shower, and so I didn't realize that, like, you don't plug the bathtub. So here's where it gets good. It just didn't go through my mind. So for like several months, I just withheld taking showers because I was like, and I also didn't understand the physics of a bath curtain, apparently. Because I was like, if I take a shower, the water continuously runs. You never turn it off, because I understood that concept. So the water will just rise up until I drown. I don't know why I didn't think like the bath curtain would like allow for it to overflow and shit, but like it just not in my brain power to realize that. So I thought I would drown. So I was super scared of showers for like a couple months until I realized water go down. Water don't. Also, most bathtubs have like safety stops that prevents it from overflowing. Anyway, that's not why though. That's just like a small brain moment. So it's really hard for me to pin down why I'm afraid of water. Why I'm Yeah, I'm just gonna keep skirting by it. Why I am hydrophobic. because there's like very clear signs that I could point to, but none of them made it start happening. Like I after those events, I wasn't scared of it. It wasn't until I was probably like 15 that I was like, nah, like. But apparently, my grandma says I've always not liked being at the beach. So that could just be like an innate thing, and then it just progressed. But when I was really young, I was playing with the toy boat, like one of the RC ones.
Were you on some Georgie shit?
And I fell right into water, into the pool, and I could not swim. The most tragic part is, and nobody was out there. So my dad and my grandma were talking apparently at the table, and then they looked over, saw I wasn't there, freaked the fuck out. My dad ran and got me, pulled me out. I don't remember how close I was at all. It felt like I was in there for like a second. I was probably like, I probably could have navigated to the stairs and been fine. But anyway, tragic part of that is I had Pokemon cards in my pocket too, and I had some like rare ones that I didn't know the worth of then. But I have one of them still, and it's like a $700 or $800 card, and with its current conditions, probably like $100, maybe $200. It's tough. Anyway, but that was when I was really young, and I don't remember ever being scared after that. Because I didn't conceivably understand that I would have died.
Yeah. Death really doesn't go through like an 8-year-old's head or 9-year-old's head.
I was younger than that. It was like it was 6 to 8. Okay. Somewhere in that range probably. I didn't learn to swim until pretty late.
That's how I was at bikes.
And then
I didn't learn how to ride a bike till I was like 9.
We used to go take trips every summer to Cali, me and my grandparents, and my sister, my cousin. And I would boogie board with like my cousin and my sister, and at one point I got like super swept into waves and got pulled a little far out. I managed to get back fine, but my grandma was freaking out about it because she couldn't see me, which is a normal reaction. But also like that didn't freak me out. I just hated the feeling of sand. I still don't like sand, but it was like I hated when sand would get crusty and like dry on me. Yeah, no. So I don't really know what caused it to happen. Also, when I was younger, we're just unloading all the water trauma that I have.
I was about to say, we're just going to unpack all your water trauma.
Yeah, maybe a psychiatrist will get sent this and they can tell me what's going on with my fucking brain.
Oh, yeah. Help.
But my cousin and my sister would tell me that sharks would come out of the under of the diving board on the deep end. So if I jumped on the diving board, there was a chance that a shark would come out if you jumped a certain way or whatever. Hindsight, stupid as shit. Of course that doesn't happen. But when you're young and impressionable and your two older figures in your life tell you something, of course you're going to believe them. You know?
Yeah.
This is Brendan realizing maybe this is why I'm so obsessed with like being smart. Is because like I just got all the shit kicked out of me.
You just got lied to as a kid
consistently, and
absolutely fucking lied to.
And I did dumb shit the whole time too. So like I just like as I got older, I was like, I'm never letting this happen again.
When Jaxon decided to wise up, he said, "I'm really wising up.
I'm going 100%. This will never happen to me, and they'll never laugh at me like this."
I am vengeance.
Yeah, no.
Oh, man.
But
poor Jaxon. Poor Jaxon
mutes when he goes to say it. So that freaked me the fuck out, and I think that's where I ended up getting a fear of sharks, because then like that's when I found out like, oh, there are animals in the water that can kill you. So maybe that's where part of it also stems from.
I thought it was gonna be more of like a.
We know more about space than we do the ocean.
I thought it was going to be one of those. I thought you were going to give me like strategical numbers.
Oh yeah, no, we for sure know like way more about space than we do the ocean.
We literally have discovered about 5% of the ocean.
Yeah, and that's also terrifying. I don't know if I can't see below what. Like, I put my fingers in the water and I can't see my fucking hands. I'm 6'4", Brendan.
Yeah.
And when you're swimming, only this part shows. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole lot of Jaxon and a lot of sensitive bits that are fucking invisible to me. and I can't see what's down there. And I'm not playing that game.
And you don't know what's coming at you sideways.
I don't know. Dude, the amount of fear that I have of, like, just something like coming up, pulling me down. Is,
Got it. So the worst prank to pull would be putting you on a sleeping bed in the middle of a lake.
I would literally start sobbing, and I would kill whoever. Like, I would be so livid. That's like a I will not talk to you for months issue. Jesus, dude.
I could actually picture you fucking crying in the middle of the lake.
He's laughing so hard, but he doesn't know how true it is. I'd like literally have an anxiety attack and freak the fuck out. And it's bad now when I have anxiety attacks because I have asthma. So if I can't catch my breath, like,
we got to get to you quick.
It's like 911 better be on speed dial. The ambulance better be on their way whenever I wake up.
Yeah, like as we're pulling you out, we're going to call 911 and be like, hey, so we have someone who's having an anxiety attack in the middle of the... They're like, what are you doing?
You're all like... It's like, it's me. I'm having anxiety.
Like, all right. Yeah, I'm going to need you guys to get here ASAP.
Yeah,
that would be... Oh, that's... I'm not laughing at the fact that, like, it would...
It'd put my life in serious risk.
Yeah, it's just thinking about it from like it's a prank type of.
And I'm not even bad at swimming. That's what like
I do understand though, because I'll tell you what, when I'm at the beach and I get like one of them like the seaweed to touch your toesies, dude, that's one of the most like heart dropping, like, oh my god, you know what I mean?
That's what it's, that heart dropping feeling. Imagine feeling that every single time you like had the ability to be in the water, or were threatened with the action of being threatened is the wrong word, but like somebody's like, why won't you come swim with me? And you get the social peer pressure, or you get invited to like a beach day or whatever, or you're watching a movie or a show, and like that feeling is there prevalent a lot of times when it's like underwater sequences.
So you're like a big you're like a big boardwalk, walk out to the pier, just look at the water type.
Yeah, I could do that. That I can actually do.
Got it. So if you're ever looking to take Jaxon on a date, it's a boardwalk to the pier, out to the end of the pier.
Avoid sand, preferably. Sand, don't like sand.
No water, no sharkies, no fishies.
Aquariums, big no-go.
Yeah, bro. You want to see... Wait, did you go Old Job? Oh, I don't think you were working for Old Job.
When they did the aquarium thing?
Yeah.
No, I heard about it. I joined shortly after.
Oh, okay. You would have lost your
I wouldn't have gone. I literally would have told them, like, no.
I would have sent you so many videos.
I would have been livid with you.
I actually have some videos of, like, the jellyfish and shit.
No. I had an ex who sent me videos of them at the aquarium, and they were well aware of how like terrified I was of it. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? That's not cool. Yeah.
You don't even like aquariums?
No, dog. Why? Aquariums.
You can see everything.
Yeah, aquariums are also like being encapsulated in water. The idea that a thin layer of glass is all that is protecting me from the water to just sink in.
The first half of this episode has...
You ever seen Jaws 2?
Yes. I've seen all the Jaws. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that.
You really think that would happen?
Brendan, you know what a phobia means? An irrational fear. Half this episode is us talking about me being scared of water. And it's going to be really bad because I'm going to feel really attacked about it. Because every time I talk about it, I feel so stupid and embarrassed. But I understand that it's an irrational fear, and I can't really do anything about it.
Okay, it's understand. I have like a fear of like little bugs. Like, I don't like bugs.
See, but that's a common thing. You don't have people laugh at you and go, you're scared of water. Ooh. Yeah, that's right. I'm fucking looking at you. I fucking hate you. You know who you are. You're a little fucking bitch, and you're not funny.
Jesus, someone needs to go to therapy. Honestly, we both do. I think every man needs to go to therapy.
That's what we have a podcast for.
Facts. This is my therapy.
So where do fears stem from, Brendan?
I don't know where to tell you on your fucking water.
Not mine, just in general.
I know we already, like you said, I know most fears stem from like childhood shit. But when it comes to that childhood shit, it could stem from like I don't know, taking on shit from your parents, like your parents being, you know, fearful of things, shit, your parents lying to you and playing jokes, and then, you know, in your head you start to build up this fucking
fear of abandonment is a really big one from stuff like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And when they used to fuck with me sometimes is my mom used to tell me, I brought you into this world, I could take you out. And I'd be like, at first it used to be like kind of like spook me, and then I really thought about it. I used to start telling her, so what, you gonna kill me? You gonna kill me after you brought me here? And then she used to just look at me and be like, bro, shut up. But it's like little shit like that. Like, bro, if you tell that to a kid 9 times out of 10, like, when they really understand what it is, like, you never know how they're going to respond to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that gets into, like, a grasping of what death is.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? There's just, and obviously, like, that's just, like, one kind of, like, stupid fucking thing that's, like, out there that I just threw out there. But I feel like there's more, like, serious things that are said and told to children.
A parent threatening to be like, okay, like, I'm gonna leave if you're not coming with me, and then they like actually walk away, disappear for a bit, and then they come back and the kid's like sitting there sobbing. Like, that's how you form fear of abandonment and things like that. Obviously there's also other stuff that can cause that fear of abandonment, but like, you know, things like that scar the brain in ways that you don't realize that they will.
Yeah, and it's like so many little things, you know what I mean? Like so many shit, like fucking with like little kids is like, we don't realize, like you said, like the damage that we do on them.
You know what the point I think that I realized that I might have a fear to waters, that I might be hydrophobic? When I was 15 or 16. No, I was like anywhere between 14 and 16. I was hanging out with all my friends and we were doing a sleepover and they put on Jaws and I started having a panic attack.
I swear.
Yeah. And it was like the first 10 minutes of the movie, which is like the woman swimming out. And then Jaws perspective. And I started having a panic attack. I was like, guys, we got to change the movie. And they're like, why? And I was like, I can't. I feel like I'm drowning.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
That's
I think
actually fucking wild. So we can never watch Jaws.
Nope. There's a podcast I listen to. They talk about Jaws because it's a horror podcast. I won't listen to the episode. Because I don't want to like be in the mindset of
the ocean.
Agua.
That's actually crazy. You know, I had a homie who was afraid of like he's actually afraid of cotton, like cotton balls, in like cotton pads. Yeah, like he would.
There's a lot of cotton on the set right now,
bro. I promise you, if you were to take this right, shout out to the homie Connor. If you were literally took this and you threw it on him, he would flip his bro.
Is it like a texture thing?
I don't know what, and he hates when he when he cleans his ears with Q-tips. He coughs, like he almost like throws up.
He gags.
He like coughs every time, and then but like if you were to come at him with like cotton balls,
it sounds like a texture thing.
It probably, but like if you were to literally throw a bag of cotton balls at him, he'd probably fight you. Like he would smack it to the ground and like
there are people who have like really intense texture sensitivities.
You know who else is like that? Ellen. Ellen is afraid of cotton balls.
Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah.
Well, she's a bitch, so fuck her.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say you don't know.
I mean, I feel like I know, but
there's a lot of shit there. We don't got time for that.
I was about to say we could talk about that later.
By the way, we say so much in this fucking podcast. I was listening to that. No, I was just listening to the last episode, and I realized, like, Jesus fucking Christ, we need to shut up.
That's what editing's for.
I'm not gonna sit there and edit out every single one of them.
But we would sound so much better.
Maybe we should just stop. We get better at speech. Yeah. I've never seen Brendan look so like, damn, he's right, but also fuck that guy.
Yeah, like.
What are some healthy ways to cope with fears? Actually, real quick, let's touch on this. What's the difference between fears and a phobia?
You kind of said it already. A phobia is an irrational fear that you like in your head, even if you know it doesn't make sense, you're still not fucking with it. Like, it could be the most outrageous thing in the world, but if you see something that triggers it, you're not going. You know what I mean? Like, you don't care what the fuck it is, I'm out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the worst part of my time of my life was whenever my YouTube advertisements were filled with the advertisements for the movie The Meg. That's the worst part of my life. Probably the worst thing I've ever experienced.
Had to fucking minimize all your time.
I'm trying to go to bed, and I pop on a YouTube video to learn some shit before I pass out.
All
and
you hear is, Megalodon is coming.
yeah, and see the water, and I'm like, ah.
In your bed.
In the most serious way possible. Start having a panic attack. Anyway, yeah, it is an irrational fear. An irrational mindset. But a fear is more something that you are strongly discomforted by or are upset by.
And it's just something that does not make you feel good. Like fear, having a fear of like.
But it's something that you can overcome with enough exposure.
Yeah, I think every fear is able to be overcome.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna come. Every fear is able to be conquered. I guess I'd rather say conquered. You know what I mean? But right, man. But a phobia is definitely like, nah, bro, you're not changing that shit unless you do some real heavy like mental reworking, some brainwashing shit. Hey, maybe you just need to go to the military.
Shut up. No. So what are some healthy ways to cope with fears then? Now that we've kind of gotten that.
Coping with fears? Doing them.
Okay. No. I mean, yeah, that's definitely like the jump off the deep end part.
Yeah.
For some people, literally.
Yeah.
Like cliff jumping is a really good way to get over fear of heights.
Yeah, and I'm not going to lie, like for me, like with a lot of my fears that I've had to do, I've had to like just rip off the fucking Band-Aid and just send it.
Sometimes it is like cold turkeying it in a sense, quote unquote, is like the best way to do it. But I definitely think there's some things that you have to ease. Yeah,
like Thompson, he was like riding the dirt bike. He was like, "Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, you're gonna crash." He was like, "Just fucking accept it." He's like, "But hop on the bike and fucking ride."
That's what we do with parkour. We tell you like, you're gonna eat shit, but
you're gonna fuck your face up.
But you can get better at it, and you can prevent it from happening, and you can learn ways to
not fuck your face up.
Yeah, like make it not so bad.
Yeah. I feel it. Well, yeah, and I remember one of the times we had went riding, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to take us to the spot," but obviously he didn't have 2 dirt bikes, so he's like, "Yo, hop on the back real quick." We hit a rock so hard while riding in the desert, dog. I remember feeling the bike going out to our left, him going straight, and me going right all behind him, and it was just like, I fucked my knee up and like my wrist, and he fucked his whole side up. Like, it was all bad. You know what he does? Picks up the bike and goes, it happens. Cranks the bitch and goes. And I was like, yo.
Like, I'm not getting back on that shit.
Yo, I'll tell you what, Thompson is one of the most fearless people I've ever met in my life. And it's because, like, for him, he's like, what's the worst that happens? I die? Like, all right.
Yeah, well, that man also is built out of, like, things that are awful for you to ingest consistently.
It's okay.
So his brain is just, like, so malleable at this point that he literally... It's a miracle he's alive sometimes.
He's goated.
Definitely goated.
He is God.
I don't know about all that, but he's definitely goated.
He is goated for sure.
He's like a statistical anomaly in my head.
He's an outlier. You know what I mean? If there's a consistency, my man Thompson is out here, bro. He is not normal.
Yeah, it's Thompson, Shoe Nice.
Literally. And it is like Shoe Nice was master.
And Nick Cavagato.
Yeah, and like Thompson was the student to Shoe Nice. And then student has now overcame master.
Yeah, so it's Thompson, Shoe Nice, Nick Avocado. That's a joke you probably don't get, but somebody out there gets it.
Hopefully.
No, somebody definitely gets it.
Anywho, coping with your fears, right? Obviously, if it's fear of like, I don't know, because there's so many different types of fears. If it's like a physical fear or like one of those like fear of heights and stuff like that, yeah, bro, go fucking find your nearest amusement park. Go to Cali with some homies. Fucking send it. You know what I mean? Jump out of a perfectly fine airplane. Okay, go skydiving. Okay?
Put yourself in positions that allow for you to get more and more comfortable with.
Anytime I mention skydiving, I always think about the fucking Will Smith clip.
Oh, that's hot.
No.
Oh, then I don't know it.
No, it's the more of like, he was like, you know, I was terrified to go skydiving. And he was like, I couldn't sleep the night before. I was up all night thinking about it. And I showed up in the like.
When you impersonate people, you like whisper talk.
What do you want me to fucking say, dog?
Keep going.
Anyway, fine. I don't know. I'm like thinking about how I'm talking now because of you, bitch.
It's like realizing that your tongue's in your mouth.
I smoke too much weed for you to say shit like that. I need you to not say shit like that. Anywho, this man was like, I couldn't sleep the night before. Obviously, like, he comes to the lobby. Hopefully no one is going to come to the lobby. And it's like 2 minutes after everyone's supposed to meet. No one's in the lobby yet. He's like, all right, cool. Maybe everyone just kind of slept in. They forgot. All right, cool. Everyone starts storming the lobby. He's like, all right, bro, you ready to go skydiving? Like,
you ready?
Right? And so he's like freaking the fuck out, right? And by the time that they get there, he gets strapped. He said like a 250-pound man, 300, like solid fucking muscle. And he like picks him up like a baby. Because it was like out in Dubai or some shit like that. And he was like, I was literally terrified because they, you know, obviously like your reaction when you're jumping out is like he grabs onto the like the metal doors because he doesn't want to go. He was like, so they tell you to grab on and obviously you don't want to let go on one. So what they do is they go 3, tuck you in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And he goes, so literally, you know, I'm watching my homie go in front of me, and then all of a sudden I hear 3, and he goes, it's literally like a vacuum, like suction, like a soup. And he goes, you literally watch your homie that you just saw 4 seconds ago disappear, no longer there. And I was like, oh, that would be crazy.
I'm so excited for this skydiving.
And he was like, and then, you know, you're standing there and you're fucking like, all right, bro. And he's like, there's 2 ways that people do this. He was like, when you go skydiving, you either scream like a fucking Viking out of Valhalla and you're ready to just fucking go to war, or you scream like the little bitch that you fucking are. He goes, there's no in between. You're ready to fight or you're ready to die. That's just how it is. And I think about that clip every time that I probably butchered it. I probably butchered it, but you have to watch the clip. That shit is fucking hilarious. And he goes, it's honestly like super blissful. He's like, as soon as you hit an outside and you decide to actually like stop screaming and open your eyes and like realize where you're at and appreciate the moment, he goes, it's probably one of the most peaceful things that you could ever fucking do in your life.
Yeah.
And he was like, that's how I try and treat every situation. Like, why would I? He was like, and I really let this peaceful, one of the most amazing situations keep me from sleeping the night before. He's like, I let my fear of it keep control of my entire activity, my day, how I woke up, my energy. He was like, I let my fear of what I was doing and, you know, what could happen completely just control my everything at that point.
Yeah, and I think that kind of gets into the conversation of like what fears can do to you and the way that they can impact your relationships, which is like, I think that especially in commonplace for like modern day, something that I've talked about is like anxiety. Like it literally, a lot of people have it now and are a lot more comfortable talking about it because it's slowly becoming less and less taboo to talk about. But I think that fear something.
And I wouldn't even want to, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like cut you off. I wouldn't even want to, I don't want to like quote unquote correct you, but it's kind of like how you said like people have it now. I feel like people have always had it, but like you said, it's always been
more
super
public.
It's been super taboo because it almost sounds like, you know, like I don't want people to take it as like you made it sound like, like they caught it or something.
Yeah, we caught the anxiety.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because you were like, like people have it now, but I think just,
people are public about having it now.
Yeah, and I just, you know, some people get a little booty tickled, so I was like, you know what? Let me save my boy real quick.
But the thing with it is the amount of power you give it, the amount of power you give a fear and let it impact your day-to-day life is also extremely relevant, you know. There are a lot of things that you can do in your everyday life that if you let that aspect of fear, you let that thing that it makes you slightly uncomfortable, and so you just avoid it at all costs. If you let that keep happening, one, the fear grows. It will get worse and worse and worse. And 2, it will continue to impact your life to the point where it is constantly an issue you're combating. I think that's something that we talked about with like the social anxiety, like the how to communicate episode. And I think that it's something that I see in a lot of people that are around me on my day to day is their willingness to let something control them because they don't want to slowly try to expose themselves to it. They don't want to try and make it to where their life is easier by having, whatever it is, like interactions, or put themselves in a situation that invokes that fear to slowly decrease it. And it's the same thing as working out, which is something that I just started doing, is you won't see the progress at the front end.
Yeah, and I was actually explaining this to one of the homies today too about working out, because he thinks about a lot of things like from a business standpoint, like numbers wise.
I'm a businessman.
Anywho, and I was telling him, I was like, yo, listen, if you look at your body as the business, right? Most people who end up starting a business, I hate you for doing that. Most people who end up starting a business or investing into a business, they spend a lot of money up front, right? They don't end up seeing profit usually for like the first year, maybe 2 years, 5 years.
I think it's 2 to 5.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you don't actually start to see that profit coming back for a while. It takes a little bit. You have to be consistent.
Some TLC.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You have to really grind it out and wait for the product to really do its thing. It's the same thing with working out. If you treat your body as a business and you're investing shitty ass time and shitty ass fucking hours and shitty ass fucking workouts and doing bare minimum, you're going to get shitty ass profit. You know what I mean? But if you're investing and you're staying consistent, you might not see it off rip, but at some point you're going to look in the mirror and be like, oh shit, wait a minute. My muscles are getting bigger.
Yeah. 5 months ago, I was scared of asking somebody where to get something from, and now I'm comfortable with it. Now I can do that, and now it's the next thing that I'm scared of.
And I think for me, like, so when it comes to people, I think a big thing for me that I've been trying to struggle with
driving,
is meeting new people and letting people in. And I think that I've been trying to deal with that.
I think that's a very modern day issue too.
Yeah, and I think I've been well, obviously, like, especially with how young we are, like in our generation, like we already know, you can say it as bluntly as you want, like relationships are almost like damn near taboo at this point. Like a real relationship, like these two people are loyal about each other and really fuck with each other and don't make each other look stupid. It's
not even just that, it's like not taboo necessarily, but it's like rare, and people go, oh really?
Yeah.
Like, it turns heads more now.
Yeah, like it's wild to see somebody who are like, oh, those two people are obsessed with each other. They really fuck with each other.
And it's healthy.
They really care
about... That's the key.
Yeah, they care about each other's mental. They check up on each other. They do things for each other.
They don't drown each other.
They take each other's time. They have, bro, like, it's so rare to see. And I think that, like, now, like, that's why people are always so, like, at this point, everyone is kind of just like, fuck you, bro. You know what I mean? And then you have like a majority of people who are just like, yeah, bro, I'm just not even going to worry about a relationship. And then you have other people who are just like, hey, bro, I'm going to just whore it out.
Yeah.
I have no judgment for either or, to be honest with you. Hey, if you want to go pop your shit, go pop your shit. But if you just want to sit at home, you could do that too. But I mean, I'm trying to be better about just like going out with the homies to a bar or something like that. And like,
along the lines of like trying to get better about your fears, or like learn to kind of deal with them and slowly like exposure therapy yourself, how do you be the person that is with somebody who has a fear? Like, how do you help that person along? How do you, or like, just how do you go in that common place of like, my friend has this fear, what do I do? I'll start as somebody who, like, the phobia thing, especially because phobias, again, they're a little more different to kind of deal with. As the person who has the phobia of water, and have a lot of friends in my life who really love going to the beach, the judgmentalness, like not giving that person a hard time or being judgmental towards them, is like 90% of it. Honestly. If you're, for this part, in the sense of like, if it is a serious thing that like, they've
like, you could tell like they're like
it is, yeah, if it is on my level of like a fear,
yeah,
and it's like it's clear that it's a phobia, it is more of a like not psychedelic, psychiatric thing that needs to be handled, then like
pop shroom, right?
Maybe just kind of like support them, help them out,
not being a fucking dick and like giving them a hard time. And I think the difference between like giving somebody a hard time and like kind of laughing at first, like you'll see the difference in how they like deliver their
response.
phobia.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like you're gonna like you can kind of tell like if we were near a body of water and then you kind of like spooked out a little bit, I would see how like in that moment I think I would see how fearful you were of it and be like, bro, are you good? Like what's up? And then you would explain it, and I'd probably be like, I'd probably chuckle, but it wouldn't be like I'd sit there and be like, ah, you know what I mean? Like it just oh, I'm gonna get you. How many people have fucking
too many? Let's not fucking let's. Namaste. For our audio listeners, I held up a bottle of water towards him.
Oh, that's so fucked up.
In the case of somebody who just has kind of a fear of talking to people, a fear of driving, a fear of like, you know, whatever it might be, that is like something that can be conquered or slowly like worked towards. I think having that conversation with them and being like, hey, is this something you're willing to work on? Because that's where it starts. They have to want it to be better and be like, hey, I think that this is something that really will make your life easier if you are willing to do this, if you're willing to like work with me, if you're willing to let me help you, if you're willing, you know, whatever, however you want to deliver that, as long as you're nice about it and not a dickhead.
Fucking dickhead.
You, that means everything if you are willing to kind of like slowly exposure therapy with them, you know, work it with them, which is something that I'm helping one of my friends with right now.
What fear?
Talking to people. It's talking to people, and driving is currently one of them, but like the concept of like slowly getting more comfortable in social situations.
Okay. I feel that. Yeah, and I think like I think a huge part in trying to help somebody through that or making them feel accepted is like even if like for me the best way that I would try to explain it, because like obviously like I laugh at people, I'm not gonna lie to you, like when the worst shit happens to people 9 times out of 10, like if I see somebody bust their ass in front of me, I'm sorry, but I'm going to fucking lose it.
It's an innate response.
Like,
it's also an awkward stimuli response.
Like whenever it didn't matter, especially bro, I was the worst when something happened in school. You know, like when you had that kid that like the mom I threw up kid, you know what I mean? Like when they would throw, you ever had one of those kids where
one of our friends gets a Rubik's Cube thrown at their head?
That was hilarious. Anyway, you know, have you ever had a kid throw up in your classroom? And like everyone is supposed to like look at them. I was that kid in the back of the classroom, like, oh, like screaming, bro, hollering, dog, like, oh my god, bro, just because I didn't know how to respond to that shit, bro.
That's why I said awkward stimuli.
Bro, I always was laughing at people. And then I laugh when I fall, too. Like, when something bad happens to me, I also laugh. It's fucked. Because in serious... Or when I used to get in trouble, dog, like when my parents...
Oh, dude, I'm the same way.
Bro, when my mom used to yell at me, and she would be in my shit, bro, and I'd be like...
because it's an awkward stimuli response. Your body doesn't... And your brain doesn't know what to do.
And then you start
so
laughing,
it gets uncomfortable.
And your mom goes... Oh, you think it's funny? And I go, no, please don't.
My dad used to do the same thing. He'd be, and sometimes nowadays, whenever like I am very uncomfortable with the type of conversation we're having, and it's laughing. Not, and I'll start laughing, to like, what? And I'll be like, I literally don't know. Yeah. I just don't know what to say. Like,
it's fucked, bro, because I remember growing up as a kid, some shit would happen, and they'd be like, damn, bro, you're a dick. And I'm sorry.
It's also worse when it's somebody that you are comfortable with because your brain knows I am in no immediate danger.
Oh, bro, like when Josh would fall, or like if I ever fell in front of Josh, like before we even checked if we were okay, we were pissing ourselves first. You know what I mean?
When it comes to helping somebody with those fears, what's the line that you kind of have to draw where you kind of have to be like, it's okay to be afraid. It's okay for you to have this response, and you kind of have to let...
Well, it depends on what you're trying to do with your life. Like, if you have a fear of fucking mountains and you know you want to live in the city, you're good. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? But learn to find some type of fucking solution with the... And I say it very aggressively like that, but it's just more of like the one that's how I talk into. It's just... I feel like mentally there's always a solution for everything, because I know for a fact, and it's been scientifically proven, that our minds are stronger than what we think they are. You know what I mean? And I know that at some point, like, yeah, with phobias, it is very hard to do, damn near impossible to flip a phobia. But when it comes to fears of anything, there is something that you can do for you to overcome that fear, no matter if it takes 50 years, no matter if it takes however long. If you want to overcome this fear, you're going to at some point. You know what I mean? And that's just how shit is with fears.
I think one of the most common ones is like stage fright.
Yeah, and then it takes people just going up there a
Public
couple
speaking.
times. Yeah, it takes them to go up there a couple times. And I feel like even, like, for me at least, I had it when we first started the podcast. Like, sometimes it was just kind of like, I almost had a fear of just, like, being comfortable or, like, what I was looking like, what I was sounding like. And honestly, at this point, I just don't care. You know what I mean? So I'm comfortable enough. Like, we've been doing this long enough to, like, I'm good. You know what I mean? And it's just, like, it's the little things that people don't even realize. Like, and if you work on anything in life, if you work little, you're going to end up making bigger steps down the road. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to end up achieving bigger down the road, because they always tell you, like, if you want to, you know, fix a habit, like, you have to start small. Take it day to day. Don't count your days. Take it. All right, it's the next day.
Don't count your days. Don't like cold turkey. Like,
Yeah, like, it's just, all right, I made it to the next day of not doing this. You don't have to market. You don't have to do anything. But even with the solution, with the fear, all right, today I'm going to focus on doing this so I can, you know, better this or not have a fear of this. I'm going to work towards this. You know what I mean? I feel like everyone should have something, you know, they're working towards. And obviously it betters yourself. You know what I mean? Because imagine losing a fear and that fear was holding you back to become successful in something you wanted to do or something you didn't know you could do. You know what I mean? Like, you could be the next Michael Phelps, but you don't even know it.
no, I'm good.
I'm just kidding. It's a phobia. It's different.
Again, pools are fine. I just have no desire.
Yeah. Have you tried, though?
Swimming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, competitively?
No, because I'm not that good at swimming.
Oh, man. That shit is funny, bro. I could see with the caps and the goggles and the fucking banana hammock.
with my balls hanging out.
I just have a picture. Me, Jeff, and Cam would all have a picture of your fucking banana hammock on just a big ass poster. Yeah, Jaxon. You know what I mean? Just your crotch on a poster. Be fantastic.
I'm pretty sure one of them already has a picture of that in their room.
I'm not even gonna ask.
You know what they're like.
I'm not even gonna ask, to be honest with you. It's fine.
It's a lock screen.
Imagine. I'm like, hey, what? Never mind.
He's like, that's crazy. I had this lady sit down at the bar the other day. She had her phone open. It was just Jesus.
As her lock screen?
Yeah, no, well, as her home and her lock screen. It's just Jesus.
She probably a little tutor.
I was like, who are you, old lady?
She probably a little tutor scooter. That old lady probably unhooks the dentures and goes crazy at the home. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. She ain't got no fears.
I was just like,
she definitely
that much, man. You gotta have Jesus on your phone.
Absolutely. You know why? Because she does some unholy ass shit. Gumhead go crazy.
Clip it.
Clip it, bro. Absolutely. Gumhead is insane. No teeth?
How
Imagine.
do you tell what you're really afraid of and what is just something that is a discomfort? Like, how do you find that line of phobia or, like, real fear?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like you would not find the line. The line is definitely gonna find you.
Sometimes I ask you questions and the point of the podcast goes out the window.
Nah, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Nah. Because listen, right? Here's let me explain myself, right? You know, between being discomfort and it being a fear, because I feel like you would react to it very differently.
I think that when it boils down to it, that line can get really blurry, especially with the way that you remember events. Because there's times where I've experienced something and I'm like, that's a fear of mine. And in reality, like, because the way I reacted seemed like it was a fearful reaction. But then I've been in that situation again and not had that issue. So I know it's not a fear. It was just like whatever was happening at that time. It was like an oversensory overload or whatever, you know. But I think that there is not... I don't think just the simple response of, you'll know, is the move here.
Nah, bro, you'll know. You know what I mean? When you know, you know. If you know, you know. Was it IYK?
I hate those posts.
Why? Because you usually don't know?
No.
Are you not in on the
No, it's not even that. Most of the time I see those and I actually do get it. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's more just like a...
Why?
Yeah. Like,
for what?
Yeah, for what reason? Like, I know what reason. It's because it makes you feel inclusive, it makes you feel like you have a circle, it makes you feel like you are in on something that not everybody is in on, and that makes you feel gratified. But...
Hello? Are you okay?
Answer my question.
Restate your question. So I know exactly.
How do you tell what is really a fear and what is something that just causes you discomfort?
I don't know. I feel like it's always... it could be situational, I guess. And I feel like it's always just like kind of like how you said. I guess you won't know until you're put in that situation again, or that those circumstances again. Just because, like you said, if you react once, to that situation, and it was only that one time, you don't truly know. I think if you put yourself in a situation or like a fearful environment, like when people go to Fear Farm, you know what I mean? And they find out, they're afraid of fucking clowns. Well, how'd you figure that out? Oh, I went to Fear Farm and a clown fucking walked up to me in my face and I almost shit myself. You know what I mean? And then it could have just been like, I saw a clown on the street and it was like a nice clown, but I guess it was just like, I was just afraid at that time.
Yeah,
you know
but
I mean?
It's like one of those is indicative of an environment that is meant to cause you fear. One of those is like a casual thing. And if the casual thing causes that response...
it's a fear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you're put in those... Obviously, you're put in a different environment, a different situation, but it's of the same...
Caliber.
Yeah, of the same caliber. It's a good word. Then I guess you can kind of decide on whether or not you have that fear, or if it's more of just like I just don't like this in this environment in this way. Rubik's Cube,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's definitely more along the lines of if you actively are thinking about that thing and it is making you feel with anxiety, it is making you distinctly uncomfortable to where you are not like okay, as opposed to you just being like, yeah, I wouldn't like that. I think that that's kind of also what can create that line of like...
Yeah, and I don't know, I feel like some people run with it. Some people do just like take it out first head and they're like, I'm terrified of this. And I'm like...
Have you tried it again? Have you put yourself in that situation again?
That's Jaxon with pegging. He just had it done once time and he was terrified after. And then I just asked him if he's had it done again,
Now I'm getting a camera shoved up my butt.
For money. We'll drop the OnlyFans.
Let's come up.
Man. Oh, man.
Feels like it's that time.
Hell yeah, bro. You want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
No, what you talking about, Brendan?
Bro, my Giants are fucking 3-1. Don't get me wrong. This game.
Hold on, real quick. All right, non-sports fans, sleepers in the chat. Let's.
Wow, that's crazy, right? Don't get me wrong. This last game definitely did cost us 2 quarterbacks, and by the time the fourth quarter, yeah, bro. By the time the fourth quarter came around, 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, Saquon Barkley is our quarterback, and we're running Wildcat with 3 running backs, right? Because Daniel Jones goes down with the ankle injury. Then Tyrod Taylor, our backup, comes in, gets a concussion. We somehow still won this fucking game. Saquon Barkley fucking spazzed, bro. That's all I have to say. And our defense went fucking crazy. I'm very proud to see our team and how, like, obviously passionate they are about it. I said it last week. It's the first time we had seen these. They lost against the Cowboys last week. It was very upsetting.
Were we still on third string?
No. We were starting team. They lost their starting quarterback.
Damn.
And we got...
Ratioed?
Very hard.
Tough.
Super tough. We see him again.
Imagine.
We see him again later in the season, so hopefully we go crazy.
Imagine.
Yeah, it was rough, dude. But to be honest with you, we came back 3-1. We actually play the Packers in London this week. So hopefully...
Aren't they on some gas shit right now?
What?
The Packers.
No, Aaron Rodgers just came out and basically said that he was playing. So his Super Bowl winning season, he said that he played off of perk 30s and microdosing mushrooms. He said that he was making the best plays of his life off of drugs. Can we talk about it real quick? And
Doesn't that invalidate his win?
No, because they're not PEDs. They don't make him play better.
I'll pee in your D.
Anywho, there's been people who go back and like see the interviews in his post football games, and his eyes are like, whoa. His fucking pupils are huge.
Homie's out here like, I saw that pig flying across, and I just knew that it was the game. I threw it over there, and the pig flew that day.
Dude, it was like,
and he meant it literally for him.
It was like red pill, blue pill. My man saw the actual difference in Matrix, but he was doing it while playing football.
But he potted both of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Percocet.
Wow. But anyway, yeah, Giants at 3-1. We play Packers this week in London, and hopefully the Packers are still going to be dog shit. And Aaron Rodgers just decides to not fucking be a high caliber quarterback. So that's kind of my come up. Go Giants. If you're a Cowboys fan, go fuck yourself. Honestly, no one likes the Cowboys. I'm sorry. If you're a Cowboys fan, I'm sorry for you. Your parents didn't like you, and their parents didn't like them. And honestly, the whole bloodline just rough.
Wow.
Honestly, it's good to see the Eagles play some good football. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's always kind of cool to see the Eagles play some good football. Washington.
That's my team.
Really?
The Eagles?
They're 4-0.
It's my Eagles.
They're the only undefeated team in the league right now.
Wait, for real?
I shit you not.
Let's go! Yeah, woo!
They're literally the
Those
only.
are my boys.
Yeah, they're the only undefeated team right now. They're playing absolutely great football. Jalen Hurts right now, you guys' quarterback, is fucking surreal this year. Yeah, he's they're playing good ball. AJ Brown was a great pickup this.
The last time that I knew what was going on with the Eagles was when Michael Vick was playing.
A great time for Eagles history.
He was a fucking gunner.
Bro, yeah, Michael Vick's
My man could run.
My man started. No, I wouldn't say started it. My man.
He definitely was one of like the people who.
He escalated the dual threat quarterback. Randall Cunningham, I'd say, was probably one of the like key starters.
He also did beat dogs, which is not cool.
No. He had dogs fight each other and then beat them.
Which is not cool.
Yeah, not cool. We don't do that.
But if we started playing that game with everybody that's famous,
that's what I was about to say.
We're gonna lose a lot of battles.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like he understands what he did. He corrected he did his time,
and then he started running.
Yeah, and then he came out and still decided to be a fucking menace on the football field because that dude was unreal. I'll tell you what. If he doesn't go to jail, he might be one of stat-wise, might be one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen on the field because I truly believe.
Hell yeah. Woo, go Eagles, my boys.
I mean, he was Falcons first, but yeah.
Look, man.
But yeah, what about you? What are you coming up for? Dog?
My shoulders hurt right here. I'm going to talk about snowboarding.
I'm going to come.
I wish you would. So, and I say that because Brendan won't come with me. He won't go snowboarding with me. He has reason to. He has reason.
The last time I went snowboarding, I literally fell 3 different times. And I got like 3 different concussions. I smacked my head so hard, like 3 different times, and I'm almost positive I walked out with mashed potatoes for brain. Because the amount of alcohol and blunts I had to smoke to not feel my head was not healthy either. And then I just watched a movie. I shouldn't have been staring at a screen for that long, but I just literally just sat in the back of the car, drinking, smoking, and just dying. Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
It was a rough day.
I want to go snowboarding. I'm going to try and get lessons and stuff so I don't like just eat shit like you did.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I'm getting kind of a trip together to go with some friends. I'm going to take a trip over a couple states away to go see my friend and go snowboarding with him.
Is that in Colorado?
Mm-hmm.
I need to be there for that trip.
Why?
Because.
Oh.
Oh.
Will you go snowboarding?
Yes, if that's what it takes, yes.
If it comes snowboarding, yeah.
All right, but Say less. And also, I would like to take those lessons. And I think it'd be a lot easier because...
Lessons will be here.
Okay.
Because it'll be cheaper.
I also think it'll be easier for me now because I weigh a lot less than I did when I went snowboarding before. And I was very heavy. And it was like, as soon as I leaned one way, it was like my whole body went that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, no, lessons will be cheaper here. So, but super excited because it's something that I've been wanting to do for like 3 years now. And I was gonna do it before COVID hit, but then COVID hit. And there's no way I could go really, at least for the first year, and that's when I was in a comfortable position to do it. But I'm gonna try and make it happen this year.
Oh yeah,
I'm really excited because it seems like it'll be a lot of fun, and it seems like a really like cool thing that I can get into and kind of do for funsies, and that'll like kind of be a workout too. So yeah, that's what I got.
Hell yeah, dude.
Not super exciting given that's not happened yet or anything, but if you got snowboarding tips, throw them down below.
Hell yeah, brother. But I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna call it. Brendan, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitch, Twitter at KillerB420. In TikTok, KillerB Dabs.
You can find me at YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok at RQ. And you can find both of us at
Coming Up for Aircast on Instagram and TikTok, and Up for Aircast on Twitter.
Yeah.
No lame shit.
Sheesh, man. If you enjoyed the podcast, make sure to follow it, subscribe, leave a like, all that stuff. Comment down below. Rate the podcast. That really does help us out.
Yeah, let us know how you think about our spooky decorations. If you want to see something spooky, or if you honestly, if you have ideas about our costumes and want to see us wearing certain type of costumes, let us know.
We're going to do a big Halloween episode. We might even drop 2, possibly, depending on what happens.
Ooh.
But we're gonna for sure do a big Halloween event special.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. But so stay tuned for that if you end up liking it.
Later, bitches.
Last thing, real quick. If you know somebody who needs this podcast or needs to hear what we talked about today or in a previous episode, make sure to share it with them. Otherwise, we'll see you next Wednesday.
Be a good fucking human being.
See you next Wednesday.